Hey, my name is Nick Haralambis and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about what I call success triggers and failure triggers. The basic premise here is my constant shock and awe that most people haven't really thought about their version of what success is and what they do to achieve it and what failure is and what happens when they hit those things. And that's basically what I call my success and failure triggers. And these vary. They can be for your side hustle or your life. They can be for your career, your business, your family, you name it. But the thing that I get asked very often by founders, young entrepreneurs, side hustlers is, when do I know when I should walk away? What's the point at which something has failed? And this is surprising to me because what that means is you haven't thought about your life. And the same thing applies for success. I believe that we live in a world where everything must be exponential. Everything must be big. Everything must be fast. We need to take a side hustle and it must become our main thing and be a billion-dollar business immediately, or it's not worth anything. I want to challenge that. I think that all that's happening is we're on the mouse wheel and we haven't considered where that wheel is going and what road it's on. The truth is a mouse wheel isn't on a road and it isn't going anywhere, and that's why the analogy is interesting. So I think that what happens is we don't stop and go, okay, I've just started this side hustle. What do I want out of it? Well, what do you want out of it? Do you want your side hustle to be worth $1 million in 6 months? Or do you just want it to earn you an extra $500 a month every month for the rest of your life with low effort and low input? Great. That's okay too. What I'm worried about is all around me, I see people who let other people define their success triggers. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, your family, your partner, books you read, articles you read. These things are not what your life is about. These things help add to your life and they add variables that give you things to consider, but they don't know what your desires are. So what is success to you? Do you have any idea what the triggers are that indicate success when you've achieved them? Is it buying that Lamborghini? Maybe it is, and that's great if that's what you think your idea of success is. Or is it having the time to work on anything that you want without worrying about the money? That's also a really good one. But I don't care what your success triggers are. I just care that you've thought about the thing that you're building sufficiently, that you know what success looks like when you've arrived. And then once you've arrived, you can reassess the idea of success. That is completely cool too. And then the same thing applies to failure. How do you know you failed if you've never defined what failure looks like to you? How do you know that plowing another $5,000 into the side hustle isn't just good money after bad? Well, define your failure triggers. Define the things that trigger you to realize that you might have failed. We'll talk about accepting failure in a separate video, but for now, just know when you've reached the bottom of the things that you're able to cope with, and then walk away. It is completely acceptable as an outcome of anything, a relationship, a marriage, a career, a job, a boss, a business, you name it, to walk away. You have agency, you have a person with a brain and choice in front of you. You are allowed to look at your failure triggers and walk away. Equally, you're allowed to reach success and redefine it. The key thing is, don't let these things happen to you. This is the choice that you have. This is the life that you lead. You get to define what success looks like. You get to define what failure looks like. And I'm shocked at how few people actually take the time to plan out their success and failure triggers and then reassess them every so often. So while you're watching this video, I want you to quietly go when it's done, sit somewhere and think about what success looks like to you. Is it what you're currently doing? Maybe you've reached success and because the world tells you to aim for more, you need to aim for more. Write down what your success triggers are. Your failure triggers, write them down too. Maybe your failure trigger is you haven't had dinner with your partner for 5 nights in a row. Then you need to reassess your work. Figure it out. Talk to someone and analyze what your life looks like in relation to your success and failure triggers. And then maybe you'll start carving out time to build the things you want to build. So if you like this video, please subscribe, give it the thumbs up, share it with someone who has no idea about success and failure triggers, because trust me, they're going to want to define their own success and failure triggers too. Super, super important way that I like to understand my life.